Hello, it's Jason Heath coming to you today with a special episode. This is a preview that we're doing of the TCU, that's Texas Christian University, their 2018 International Double Bass Festival. So I spoke with Professor Liu about this event, and it's taking place March 3rd and 4th, 2018. Super cool event. The list of clinicians and people giving masterclasses and performing, it's like a who's who of the double bass world. Gary Karr will be there, Jeff Bradetich, Tim Cobb, the list goes on and on. I chat about that, and Professor Liu does as well. And first of all, go to this event if you can. It's in Fort Worth at TCU. And if you can't make it, they'll be streaming live, and there are more details here in my conversation with Professor Liu of TCU. The lineup of it's amazing. I mean, you've got Lee Mesh, you've got Tim Cobb, you've got people from all over the world. Okay, can you just share a few of the people that are going to be doing master classes or performing?
Sure. And we have more than 30 guest artists for this festival. And it's every department is going to be distinguished. I divided with several different departments. It's more like we have a legendary double bass virtuoso and a historic guy, Gary Karr. Everybody know Gary Karr. So we are inspired, play the bass by Gary Karr, you know. So he is he come for my festival. This is the third time. And he committed for this festival forever. He said as long as he can play, he alive, he will come. So we'll be so happy and to have Gary join us again for this year. And also many distinguished artists, such as you mentioned, Tim Cobb and Lee Mesh. And Tim is the principal bass in New York Philharmonic, and Lee Mesh now is associate principal in Metropolitan Opera. That's in the orchestra department, and we have lots of good orchestra, artists too. And Tim Pitts, and he's currently teaching in Rice University, and he was playing Cleveland orchestras and the principal in Houston. And we have a Brian Perry with Dada Symphony in local right here, and so many guest artists is from orchestra side. And we are so fortunate to have lots of good orchestra players from Europe, and such as like Dan Stover, he's a co-principal in Oslo Philharmonic in Norway. So we have lots of great orchestra, artists down here to doing the festival. So we organize the orchestra competition for the festival. So it's really good for students and for their career to do like mock auditions and before doing the real auditions. Yeah. So anyway, and also we have the distinguished educators and from all over the world. And such as Paul Ellison from Rice University, Jeff Bradetich, a local right here, and from UNT, and we have people like the distinguished professor from Shanghai Conservatory and the Sichuan Conservatory. That's a major conservatory in China. So as a matter of fact, we have 5 past president of International Bass Society will be here. And if I can name a few, and you notice about the current one is John Schmick, right? And he will be here. Then we have Paul Ellison, David Newbert, and David Murray, and we have Jeff Bradetich, and this all the past president, and they come to our festival. And I really like to thank you for everybody to make this effort to really support our bass festival. Now the festival become the largest double bass festival in North America. So it's overwhelming. It's just every year it's getting more and more people coming here. Yeah.
It's remarkable. How many years have you done the TCU Bass Festival?
This is the fifth annual and the bass festival. We're starting in 2009, the first one. So the first one is still very well, and that time is Francois Robas was joining us. So another French virtuoso was here. So and we have all the top level of the artists, and we going to have 8 recitals for this festival, 11 masterclasses, and 5 lectures, and orchestra competition, and with exhibitions for the vendors, and with lots of violin shop will be joining us as well. So it's going to be a double bass celebration, reunion, and people sharing the ideas, more like a mini convention stuff, going on right here.
Are you going to be doing any recording or any live streaming of anything at the event?
Right. All the event in the PepsiCo Recital Hall, and we're going to live streaming for entire world. If you're sitting in your living room, bedroom, you all can enjoy this masterclass, recitals, everything. So you're going to see our bass festival. That's right. Yes, I'm going to sending this web address to ISB and to the people, and maybe online somewhere, and they can see at home. Yeah, so it's going to be really nice. Yeah.
Well, I just want to congratulate you on building the largest double bass festival in North America. This is your fifth festival. That's just remarkable. And if people can't check it out live, they definitely need to tune in on Facebook and follow along with those events. And I will be sure to put a link to the page about the festival, and to put a link to your page on Facebook. And I really hope people check it out, because it's really remarkable what you've built. Just congratulations, and what an exciting event for not only North America, but for the entire international bass community.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you. Yeah, it's really my privilege and honor to hosting this festival now. And our guest artists and participants from all over the world. And this time, I just looking at, and they are coming from Canada, China, Brazil, and Mexico, and Israel, and Poland, and Russia, Norway, and all like international wise, this kind of mini convention stuff going on. So, and we are, have a lots of celebrations, and many people sharing our great idea for our novel instrument, double bass, and because we all love the bass, so that's why we get together, right? So it's just been my privilege and honor to do this every other year. Yeah.
Well, there you have it. Definitely check out this event in person if you can. That's again March 3rd and 4th, 2018. But you can also tune in online and follow along. And Professor Liu and I were chatting, and we're actually going to be doing some coverage during the event for the podcast. So we're going to hop on FaceTime and chat with some of the various clinicians and kind of get a feel of the event. It's a great idea, and look for that soon. This is just a special episode of the podcast. Wanted to get the word out, and definitely check out the links both for the event page and so that you can follow along with TCU on Facebook and this live streaming. And join me for that. It's going to be super fun. Have a good one, and we'll see you again soon for more life on the low end of the spectrum.